leave America holding the bag. The fallout goes beyond lost projects. Confidence is fading fast. American firms that once pitched bold ideas to China.
Hello, my Teaserking family. How are you today? I am fine. Sorry about that. I was just reacting to Daria's text. All right, let's get down to some serious business. All right, so I did my tax return today. That's why I'm a little late. Got that taken care of. It's a joke. I mean, Social Security, I had to pay more because of my Social Security, which is a joke. But, I already paid tax when they initially took it out, and then they give it to you and say, well, but this is income. No. It's how can it be income? You withdrew it from my check. And then it's, by the way, since you took a capital out of your 401k and you got unemployment, we got to add that as income, which is a joke. So it's a fucking nightmare, this government. That's why the more gold you can get, the better off you are. Anyway, so let's look at gold and then we'll get into some other areas. And anything you guys want to talk about. Gold 32.22 right now at 12.02. It started at 20. It's really going nowhere. It was 22.32 at midnight. Stayed there, dropped to 32.19, back to 32.30. Kind of slid down at 6 a.m. and then slid down at 10 o'clock. I don't know why the U.S. does this. And then it comes right back. Went all the way down to 32, about 14, and now it's back to 32.22. So it's really been between pretty much 32.30 and 32.20, with a little bit at 10 o'clock going down to 13, but then it quickly gets bought up. It's just more derivatives. It's more people asking for delivery they got to come up with. It really makes no sense. They can't afford it now. What are they trying to do? Get the price fixing down? I mean, nobody's selling this. Who's selling gold? Silver, 32.22. Again, I'm telling you, it's not going anywhere until we get July 1st. So if you're waiting to buy silver, I mean, you have until July 1st roughly to buy the silver. It's not going anywhere. So that's where it's at. And so from that standpoint, we know how undervalued it is. It's a lock. I mean, it'll be $1,000 an ounce soon in a free market. And you got to understand, it's not a free market. This is the biggest problem. People don't understand that this are worthless, right? They don't understand this has no value. It's just paper with a 1 and a 10 and a 20 and 100. And this is just a 5 euro. It's just all it is. It's just a euro. It's just paper. And so people can't comprehend that. How can the dollar be worthless? How can the euro and the Swiss franc and the British pound and the yen and the won, how can they be worthless? Well, it's because nobody wants it. There's no demand for it. Everybody's de-dollarizing, or I don't like that term, but they're just not using the US dollar, all the BRICS countries. Russia, China, Brazil, India, they're all trading amongst each other because that was really a stupid thing. Wait a minute, I gotta buy dollars to buy Swiss francs if I'm Russia or China. That makes no sense. That's ridiculous. So, in other words, why would you sign up for that? Why do I need dollars to like shore the fact you're not even calculating what you have this FX rate, right? Let's look at that. So if we let's look at this. Do you think this is a real number? 89 cents. So $1 buys you less than $1 euro. Do you think that makes any sense? How can that possibly be? And then we look at the ruble, which is what I get to pay Daria with. And it's 82.55. How do these get determined? It's all bullshit. Well, it's possible, inflation and this and that. Anyway. So each country is a little different. Well, how do they come up with? Let's look at Romania. It's 441. Well, how do we get that? Is Romania's dollar better than the Russian ruble? Let's look at the pound sterling. How is the pound sterling 76? So $1 buys you 76 3/4 of a dollar. Does that make any? The British pound is gone. It's bankrupt. I think it shows you who's running the U.S., which is Britain. How does this get calculated? This is total bullshit. So if I'm China, I'm the Chinese yuan, and I'm 735. So $1 buys me 735 yuan. So in Britain, $1 bought me 70.76. Here, $1 buys me 735. How is that? How does that? So how are they doing? So the yuan has to go take 735 to buy $1 to then buy, Indian. What's the rupee at? And yet the rupee's 85.74. How did they come up with that? No idea. So at 7, the 1 versus 85, so it's like, let's say 9 times, 63, 10, 11, 12 times. So if I give 795, I get back 85 rupees or whatever. Or if I'm selling oil to them or food or whatever I'm selling to them. But what do I need the dollar for? What is the dollar? The dollar is just fantasy too. So I understand getting out of it. What I don't understand is why in the hell you would do it in the first place. So that's the biggest part of what's happening now is they're saying, I'm China. I'm going to sell right to India. What do I need to buy dollars for? And that's kind of where people are not using the dollar to do things, right? So that's part of it. And the petrodollar, where you had to buy oil with US dollars, is gone. Now Saudi Arabia, they really want gold for their oil. But they'll take rupees or Chinese yuan or rubles, although Russia probably doesn't buy oil from them. They got their own oil. So that's what they're doing. It's a stupid system to begin with, because the 85.74 to the rupee is bullshit. The $82 for the ruble is bullshit. The $7 for the yuan, the Chinese, is bullshit. Then you look at Japanese, it's like 150. It's all bullshit. None of it is real. None of it makes any sense. It's just all arbitrary. It's the stupidest thing, and that's what happens when you don't have gold. You set the price of gold, and you go, oh, okay, everything's equal to gold, as it should be. So I don't really get why they'd be stupid enough to use this, but that's what they're getting away from. Now they don't have to middle the dollar. In other words, as I said, China would take and buy, $1 million to take the dollars to buy the rupees. What a stupid system. And so the U.S. is making a lot of money out of charging for this little thing, and it's stupid. So from that standpoint, that's why they're all getting away from it. They're all going to gold, so they don't have to do this stupid thing. You'll just have gold. How much is it? Oh, 5 ounces of gold. Okay, so China gives 5 ounces of gold to Russia, gives 5 ounces of gold to India, gives 5 ounces of gold to Saudi Arabia, to Brazil. All of it is just done in gold, and everybody can get gold at the 32.22 price right now, or somewhere in that neighborhood. Depending, they probably can't get it at spot. Nobody can get it at spot because spot's not real. So you end up where you really are knowing that your dollar's collapsing. That's what the central banks know. They're all getting out of dollars before it collapses. And yeah, but you're buying gold with it. I don't like how Alligator says it. Well, they're not really buying gold. They're getting out of dollars. That could be the stupidest thing I've ever heard. No, they're buying gold, you moron. When I go buy gold, I don't look like I'm getting out of dollars. I'm Rumpelstiltskin it. I'm trading dollars for gold is what I'm doing. I want to get into gold. So when I get out of $100,000 to buy gold, I'm trading my dollars for gold because I want to get into gold. I want to get into gold more than I want to get out of the dollar. Let's put it that way, because that's really what I'm trying to do. And the fact I need dollars to buy gold is one thing. Now, even if I brought out a new crew, but let's say here's the Mario Lemieux rookie, nice looking card. So even if I wanted this, I want to trade this for gold, I gotta get dollars to get the gold, and that's really what I'm trying to do. Because the dollar has no value in the gold. You can't print the gold. You can't inflate the gold. People don't get that. They go, it's got no counterparty risk. What the fuck does that mean? Counterparty risk. No, it can't be printed, so you can't inflate it. So it can't lose its value because you're printing it. As what's happening with this. You're printing it and it's losing value. Keep it simple, guys. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Counterparty risk. This doesn't have counterparty risk from the standpoint, this is my dollar. I don't owe it to anybody. Nobody owes it to me. I've got it. I go to the store and use it. So, so I don't really get it, but that's just a banker's way of confusing counterparty risk. No, it's worthless paper that is printed to death versus the gold, which can't be printed to death. I mean, just keep it simple, Jesus. So anyway, so what they're trying to do is they're just getting out of this whole system of I'm China, I need dollars to buy rupees. Now it's I got China, I'm just gonna buy the rupees. And then it's gonna be I'll use my gold to come up with a BRICS gold backed currency. I mean, nobody wants Indian rupees. Nobody wants Chinese yuan, and nobody wants Russian rubles. Let's face it, they're heavily inflated. So nobody wants them in the first place. That's why they're all buying gold, because if you have gold backed currency, then that'll work. But otherwise, you're fucked. If you think you're going to have every country's currency, and how are you going to? This is against the dollar. Well, when the dollar's not used anymore, what are you going to use here? How are you going to come up with what the rupees worth? Just ridiculous. So that's what these countries are doing, and they're buying. They need to buy gold, so they use their dollar to buy gold. Alligator. They're not getting out of dollars. They're buying gold, and they use their dollars to buy the gold. I mean, it's this guy's such a moron. I mean, I don't understand him. Now he's calling himself an economist. I'm like, no, you're not an economist. You're clueless as an economist. You don't even know if you're a Keynesian or an Austrian. That's how stupid you are. But he's a banker, and these bankers just don't get it. Excuse me.